Drill 92.3, man. Bootleg Kev checked in. Shout out the homie repping the A, man, in the building. Trouble is here.
Trouble, babe. For sure, man.
Now, it's crazy. Like, I first got up on you. I was living in Florida at the time. I think it was the 431 Days project you dropped.
Dude.
And, you know, I was always fucking with Alley Boy. And, speaking of that, we'll get to what happened to Alley Boy because I ain't heard from him in a minute musically. But that's how I got put up on you, man. And you've been just grinding, bro, for years. I remember seeing you on the noisy shit. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, brought him through the brick.
Yeah, man. And shit, man, you're here. You got this new single. It was a banger for sure.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you saying that. Even out top, first of all, for real. But it definitely been a long time coming, bro. I just been staying out the way, man. Like I like to say, pray, stay out the way, and I just been grinding, man. Grinding it on up.
You've been kind of the quiet dude in Atlanta that's like kind of, I would say like the underdog. Because like everyone respects you. Your music is fucking on point, but you ain't with the antics and all the fuck shit going on.
Nah, and I never will be, for real. Like, I know who I am as a nigga, as an artist, as a human being, just period. So at the same time, like, I be seeing what's going on, but I don't got no respect for it. And for anybody who come from the same type of background or what I come from, they don't either. But I understand it at some point for some niggas, cause like shit, they just willing and ready to do whatever it takes
just to make it, right?
Just to make it. Like, they don't really even be having no responsibilities or nobody who they even got to hold down about shit. So it's like once they do get to the top, it's all for them. So you know what I mean? So they ain't really tripping about shit. For me, it just be about staying grounded. Because I know the turf look at me in a different manner. It's like hell nah, like you the voice for us, you the voice of the block for real. So like if I would be on some fool shit or to sell my soul on some quick ass shit just to get richer for it real quick, I gain up one person, but I let down 1,000.
That's facts. And what's crazy too is like longevity. When you take that route we were talking about, like there's not a lot of longevity in that. Nah, like how many? What do you on your like 9th project, 8th project? You've been dropping tapes.
I ain't even counting for real, man. Like it's been a long road, dog. Like I came home December 17, 2010, and like so that was my first project. Like 4 or 5 months after I came home. And so after that, like I dropped like what, December 17, 431 days, then green light, and then like right after that I stopped for like a year and a half, 2 years. And then just I really was kind of like frustrated with all the food shit. Like the shit's just so gay in the industry. I ain't really want to play all the antics or the fake kicking it. So I really was just like fucking in there and just got back to me in the project. And then I came back around just from talking to certain homies and shit who's still in the industry. Like, hell nah, man, the street fuck with you and nigga looking forward to you. Like, to be one of the one to make it up out of the motherfucker to make nigga know, like, they can do it too.
What was there anything specifically that happened or transpired that made you take a step back for a couple years?
Just everything that I was experiencing it for how you, like what they say need to be done, like to be able to make it or be the one and all that shit. Like
there's a lot of fake kicking it, like you said.
Like I'm a genuine dude, bro. I go out vibe, like I go out energy. So like if I'm around something, no matter where I'm at, radio or a club event or party, somebody throwing or whatever. Like if it's bull, it's like I bet, like I'm gonna be live wild, I'm gonna fuck with it. But if I just see it, like if I seen a certain person, I know like he coming to me telling me stuff like, oh man, I've been fucking with you, when everybody watching, and then after the fact we lock in, I hit your line about something or end up running across you again when the lights ain't on and you on some Still McGrill shit. That shit be making me want to go on one of them nigga bop, like man, that shit too gay. So and
definitely some weirdo
you
shit.
To just play it fool every time you see them folk, you feel me? And I ain't never been one to like I don't even know how to fake kick it. Gonna show on my face and my whole body language, you know what I'm saying?
It's either love or it's not. There's no in between.
It ain't. So like leave it at that with me, it's easy. Like to me, it'll be like, man, just leave it at what it is. We don't gotta fake kick it. But so to me, once I start seeing that type of shit, it was like, man, I can't deal. But then after going through it and just sitting back, it was like, man, this just kind of like giving up too easy. Like I can't just let off like that. Like fuck these niggas at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's a marathon, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nip. But like that's some real shit. Like I feel like, you know, some people get that one record and they fucking, you know, it's microwavable, it's huge, and then they're gone. And then there's some people, you know, you just got to chip away, man.
Right, because even as I look at it into these days, I be like, damn, man, one of the homies talking the other day, like, Truck, like, you never had no, like, top 10 Billboard song and none of that shit. But you're like, bro, you got respect, though, and, like, you can still call upon everybody and, like, and move how you want to move.
That means you're always just one hit away, too.
Yeah, but it's niggas who done had them one bangles, like, and went Pluto, like, that shit went through the moon.
And they gone.
You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, what the hell is it? Like, nobody even notice them when they see him. Like,
yo,
who
that
this guy?
happens
Like,
so much. And there's even people with multiple hits that, like, a general hip hop fan could not pick out of a lineup. When their music is bigger than who they are.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like the
And he
hit
got no
records are
story.
bigger than who they are. They got no story. They got, nothing to really offer besides catchy shit.
Right.
Yo, you mentioned the fake kicking and shit. Now, you dropped the record with Drake. Was that last year or the year before?
That was early last year, like middle of last year.
Yeah, that shit came out of nowhere, man.
It did for me and you.
Yo, I was like, oh shit, Trouble got the Drake verse.
Shit, for me and you.
That shit is crazy. How did that happen, man?
That was the Bring It Back song. That was the Bring It Back was on.
Yeah, shout out Mike Will made it on
Mike
the beat.
Will, shout out to Mike Will. That was on Edgewood. Man, I actually was in Hawaii at the time with a fat booty with Snacker Valley, you feel me?
The Snacker Valley.
Yeah. So, but Mike ended up just busting at my line. I actually had done missed it call. 'Cause I was out there on the beat being a freak. But then they ended up goddamn just going ahead and tell him to just do it anyway. But Drake actually ended up, once I talked to Mike, he was like, Drake goddamn wanted to call Fergie. He was like, man, I fuck with Truck. Like, what Truck working on? I guess he hadn't came that long when I was out of town. He was like, what Truck man on? He was like, shit, man, we working on tape now. Like, he was like, I ain't never even knew the nigga knew who I was and none of that shit. But he knew a nigga whole background. He was like, I fuck with y'all. He was like, let me hear some music. Mike played on some music and he actually picked that song out to get on.
He picked it out.
He picked that out. He was like, man, let me get on there. He was like, call him further to see if it cool, man. He was like, I don't want to run the wrong way or none of that shit. So they Mike ended up telling me after we talked. So I was like, hey, yeah. He was like, shit, I thought I couldn't reach you. I just told him the shit. He said,
Of course.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hey, who's going to be like, nah.
He like,
I like Drake on something else.
So soon as we talk, I was like,
I said, whatever he wants.
Man, what? I said, you did the right thing, my boy. I like, shit, let me call him though. So, so he put me on the line with Shorty and shit, and we chopped it up, and it was bull ever since. Like, it was the same way when the video came down to it and all that. He was like, bro, I'm getting ready to go on tour next month. I got a few few days. Man, let's do the video whenever you're ready. I was like, man, let's do it.
And so the vibes are great with Drake.
Yeah, everything's smooth, man. Show it with the boy.
Shout out to Drizzy. Yo, talk about obviously shout out to Tech. I know Tech's your guy, and Mike Will really, what kicked off his story on the grand scale of things was, the True Religion tapes and it really changed, you know what I'm saying? And that lineage, how did you end up working with Mike Will made it after, I'm assuming, breaking away from the Alley Boy shit?
No, it wasn't even that. Like, a lot of folks don't know, like, they looked at this shit just because it ended up coming on a grand scale and for them seeing it first, like, for when we got together on the record label shit. Okay. But Mike actually been my boy.
So y'all been
like, yeah, because, you gotta think about it. Like, he from goddamn Cobb and shit. I'm from the Brick and the Bitty. So we just see each other out, like, in the streets in different studios and shit, just moving around, because he was always working his issue, you feel me? So we had them been locked in, and we always kept the relationship cool. And I seen, like, when it go back to what I was just saying, when I stopped doing the music, he was still building and going AWOL. Mm-hmm. So, of course, we still was in tune with each other. And then I was seeing that he was extra locked in, and then it got to a point where he ended up just calling me out the blue. Like, bro, what the hell you doing? Ooh, like, he was like, what the hell you been doing with the music? I was like, man, I ain't really studying that shit right now, bro. That shit too gay. Like, I'm in the blood, pull up on me. He like, man, fuck the blood. He's pull up on me at the studio. He was like, bro, you too hard. Like, the street fuck with you, everything, bro. Like, he was like, you just gotta push this shit, bro. Don't worry about all the bullshit that you think gonna drag you away from and all that. He was like, fuck that. Just come on to the studio. So I came, pulled up on him. We chopped it up by the hour. Before you know it, we ended up doing, like, the whole lab project that we did. We did that shit in like 12 days.
That's crazy.
Like 10, 12 days.
That was the Edgewood shit?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. And then the new single, shout out to City Girls. The new single
winner.
Yo, the new single's like a little like different for you.
It's different.
Yeah, but it's a hit though. But I heard this, I was like, oh, he got one.
Yeah, appreciate that, gang.
Especially on this side, because that's our tempo.
It is. Like, I just be like to stick to my base, like, because I tell ghetto story. You know what I'm saying? I like to tell shit that folk relating that they can relate to for what folk going through on a day-to-day basis.
I know some bitches like that. You know they got that hoe in her. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, like, for my pride of music before that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't got nobody that tone to them. As far as on that type of level. Everybody like just popping goddamn big money shit
saying
and
a bunch of shit that's not relatable.
But what about for the folk who can't flick? You feel me? So it was like, and I'm still right there. So it like, I see that shit on a day-to-day basis. So that's why every time I go in there, that be my immediate feeling to go in that far from when I hit a record. Now that's what I start talking about. But like when it got to the She a Winner record, I just was ready to step on out my box. Like, man, let me try something different. And I am the snack man, so it was like,
I mean, you talked about the snack of Ellis.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like, why not get it later one time, man? And
he said he's the snack man.
Snack man, big school. So
what does that mean? Would you say you're the snack man for?
A lot of folks don't even know where Snack came from. Snack came from me, like from Chain Gang. That was
This is
school.
the first time I've ever heard it, so I believe you.
It was school even come from. Like
Okay.
I always just been trouble, nothing but trouble. But when I was in prison and I might be chopping it up with my homies at my locker bar, certain niggas will slide past. And you know, them niggas just be ill hustling, really trying to hear what y'all niggas talking about real quick so they can go tell another nigga or tell a CEO.
Right.
So instead of saying the CEO name, like the way I be talking, certain shit just will come out my mouth and it don't even be planned, but that's just my lingo, you feel me? So I end up just being like shit, like, you know, little Snackerville coming through with the goddamn snatch shit later on, you feel me? But I was talking about the bitch. So the homie caught on to it and the nigga like shit. From that point on, they became the snacks. The next day, when he was on the court, he was like, school. Nigga was like, school. We on the court, on the yard. I'm like, everybody, okay, like, he talking about you, big dog, like, you the big dog, nigga. You feel me? It was like Scooby Snacks. The whole, like, Scooby Snacks. And I became Scoob, like the big dog go.
So
when I came
Scooby
home and I started talking to all the
snacks.
homies and shit, you know, I be linking with everybody and shit. So when I go to different studios and I'm talking my lingo, certain folk who might just already be big, they'll say something in one of their songs or say it to somebody else, and since they already in the light, it'll make it seem like that's where it came from or some shit. But that'll actually story for how I came to school and how the old came.
You gotta like really run with that snack shit, man. That shit's sketchy, man. Snackavelli, you know what I mean?
yeah, them villas.
Hey, how long were you locked up and where at?
They gave me 7 years. I did 2 on them off of. I did in Jackson to Boston State, and then I maxed out in Willow once I got kicked out of Boston. Well, once I got kicked out of Boston, sent me back to Jackson, then I maxed out at Willow.
Yeah, how hard was that, man? Because, you know, I got 2 of my closest cousins been in and out of prison in the last 20 years. One of them died in prison last year. And every time they get out, it's just so hard to adjust to normal life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like you got, like, you know, you're institutionalized to that prison way of life. Like, you know, when you got out, was it hard for you to adjust to this day-to-day shit?
I really feel like that shit be kind of depending on where you at in your own mind and at the same time who around you.
Right.
Cause that, like, before I even came home, like, I chopped it up with some of my OG, and before I even took it, nigga was like, bro, what you gonna do? Like, you gonna be on the same bullshit, or like you wanna try that rap shit or what? Like, you already got the street, bro. You can have a lane in this shit for real.
Yeah.
So I was right then and there, I never had even thought about it prior to that conversation. It just made me pause and be like, damn, like, what am I gonna do when I get out? So that what made me touch out, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna fuck with it, bro. I did need to drag away from that shit and try something new. Other than that, I wouldn't know what I was gonna be trying to do. More than likely, I would have been on the same bullshit too and got back at it. Like, what a lot of folk don't even know, like, my first single that I ever even popped, Bustin', that how I even came up with Bustin'. It was a situation that I was finna pop off, and I was ready to jump back in the street. So my dog, when they froze me out gate while I had my laptop, my big dog had bought me a laptop, and it just made me play beats and shit and just start writing and shit. So I was like, man, hell no, I'm finna jump out. He's like, hell no, what the fuck you doing? Everybody busting for you. You're like, shit, you don't even got to do nothing no more. You don't already did all your work. Like, nigga know what popping, bro. Like, hell no, let the little bro shit handle that shit. And the beat was playing at the same time. And I actually relayed that conversation into the song. And that's when I started saying, everybody busting for trouble. You feel me?
That's crazy.
But, yeah. So it do be hard if you don't got the right folks around you and you ain't just focused all the way within yourself yet. Then hell yeah, like more than like a nigga going back up, twinge that motherfucker. Sometimes niggas just be having to pause, bro, sit back a little bit and know that you ain't got to rush out in them motherfucker. You feel me? Anybody who finished them motherfucker fast, this shit by having longevity.
Facts.
So sometimes you got to pause and look all the way around yourself, man. Straighten your circle up, you know what I'm saying? Straighten yourself up. Look in that mirror, check your goddamn self, and then move.
I saw you you launched the was the Guns Down, Water Guns Up campaign, which I thought was dope. What inspired that? Obviously, it's a lot of senseless violence going on. You know what I'm saying, all over the country.
But it actually started like one of my partner or one of my brothers actually. He MMB too, but my dog US. They actually had done ran JJ out the blue. Just went into a Greenbrier Mall and a club called The Cure in the project. Got down in the A and just started shooting different folk who they knew or whatever. You feel me? Like with the water gun, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's like some funny shit. Yeah,
it was funny shit. So the girls end up coming back, getting at them and spraying them, you know what I'm saying? Just in the hood though. So he ended up having me just pull up in the bluff one day and we were just chopping. He was like, man, this shit we really can turn this into something else, bro. Like just to change the temperature out there, motherfucker. And we were chopping it up as I got looking at it. Cause the first time he called me about it, I was like, man, I ain't studying no shit like that. Hell no. But as we got to talking about it on real nigga time, it was like, yeah, this shit make 3 much sense. You know what I'm saying? Just to change the vibe around that motherfucker, like, and allow folk to have fun and cut out the bullshit. Cause a lot of bullshit be going on because a nigga ain't got nothing to do to have no fun. You
That's
feel
true,
me?
yeah.
And especially they have a different outlook on it when it's like it's a nigga who they respect that's always been on bullshit, who able to let go, not have no pride, and just have fun being out shooting water guns. So it was a nigga who I know for sure would never be on that one, but seeing me doing it was like, bro. Like, you got me going about like,
Trevor's having fun.
Like, we on there, like, like, different niggas, like, so when we chopped up about that, we just started going around the whole A in different hoods and shit, spraying each other, pulling up at the varsity. We was at the varsity one night, probably about 700 people.
Super soak it out.
Super soak it out, you feel me? So I was like, man, let's do an event. You know what I'm saying? So me, him, and a few of the bros, we ended up putting it together. It probably like 3 days before we even did it. There wasn't even no major planned shit. Like, I ain't had no permits or nothing.
Right.
So I just put it up on my page. Like, after we made a little flyer and shit, I put it up on my page, man, and it just started going AWOL. Like, it was over 800 people out there.
Wow.
Like, girls walking up on me like, Trub, I drove all the way from Baton Rouge. I drove from Virginia. Wow. I drove from Charlotte. Like, just to get with you, I brought my kids and everything. It was a box of kids out there, all type of shit. Like, and like, we had not one fight, no arguments, none of that.
That's important.
But
no fights.
That was a major shit. Cause first thing in my mind, I was like, man, I know at some point in time somebody gonna do some jerk shit.
Somebody gonna get pissed off. Yeah,
somebody gonna do some jerk shit. But have all these different folk who don't know each other from a can of paint. You know what I'm saying? And all within one realm of a goddamn park and have fun peacefully, man. That shit was major.
So the single, man, that means that there's got to be a project coming, right?
Facts.
How many songs you got in the can right now?
It's time for it. It's all in the can.
Yeah, I mean, how many songs you got tucked right now?
That shit, I can't even count the motherfucker, man. For real. On one of my files alone in my phone, I got like over 500 songs.
Jesus Christ.
And I got like 7 files.
That's crazy. Okay, what about on the project? How many we got coming on the project?
I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to underdo it. Cause it been over like a year since I put something out. So I definitely want to feed the folk. But at the same time, like the shit that I'm on and what I'm talking about, I don't feel like it's gonna take too many songs either though. So they can really look forward to some around that 13, 15 realm, something like that.
Any other features besides City Girls?
It's strong. You gotta stay in tune.
Okay.
Boozy Badass, what up, man?
Shout out Boozy, man. I was gonna ask you, like, being somebody who, you know, is highly respected and somebody who, you know, obviously got the credibility in the streets. Who are other artists that you've come across, you know, your time doing music that you have mutual respect for in that regard? You know what I'm saying? As far as just being just authentic, real. Just real. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, Boozy first, of course.
Boozy's the realest, man.
On Lord himself,
yeah,
bro.
I love Boozy, man. He's just the best.
He one of the one I was so proud that ain't let me down. You feel me? Cause you'll meet so many dudes, you'll be like, man.
You're like, you are exactly who.
Yeah, like, fuck ass nigga, man. You hear me? Like, you be too hot, bro. Like, man, you don't even want to hear that shit no more shit, bro. But Boo ain't never let me down, bro. He always been the same nigga, like, since I linked up with him. And anytime we chop it about whatever, like, he the same one. So, like, Boo, that my dog for sure. Lucci, that like my little brother.
I saw you on the Lucci shit.
That like my real baby brother right there. So
yeah, he out here a lot. I think he might be living out here.
He just got out here. He still stay in the A, but he just be coming back and forth.
Yeah, he be out here a lot. Yeah, man. Shout out to Lucci, man.
But that baby brother right there, he a solid young nigga for real.
That's what's up, man. Well, listen, new album hopefully soon. We got any sort of?
It definitely coming.
End of the summer. By the end of the summer.
Don't give me no more than 90 days. And no more than 90 days. I'm gonna say it like that.
That's what's up, Trouble. We appreciate you tapping in, my G. You already know, Real 92.3.
Throw it up.